This mid lane lineup, this mid lane matchup rather, is going to be so interesting to watch. Let's head on over to the Land of Dawn and see it all unfold.
Yeah, I'm going to be very excited to see whether or not this is going to be an aggressive Mathilda or a defensive Mathilda. Because a lot of the aggressive Mathilda players love to go in for early rotations just to make sure that they deal a good amount of damage with their Wisps. But a lot of the defensive Mathildas are known for making plays only when it's necessary.
I'm surprised that Nets chose to go the sprint route instead of the Purify. So he needs to be really, really careful against the jumps off the Kufra. But Kyle TZ, interestingly, is rocking the High and Dry emblem instead of the usual killing spree on the Paquito.
I could feel the tone, Midnight. I feel like you don't like it at all.
I don't like it at all.
Yeah, normal.
Because of the fact that ONIC Philippines, they love grouping up. Mathilda is always going to be there to save people. And even though the added 7% damage is nice from the High and Dry, the main concern here is not even the damage output. Like, the main concern here is how many fights do you get before ONIC pops off?
Ooh, that is a good question. I mean, this is going to fall off eventually, especially when you head on to the big team fights. That's something that we're all going to have to watch out for and expect Kyle TZ to go on his own for a majority of the game.
Yeah.
And that's the only way that you can utilize that, or maximize that, rather.
Yeah, and 20 seconds from now, the first turtle will be spawning. A great power spike here for Kyle TZ. We all know what a high and dry Paquito could do at this phase of the game. Doesn't matter if he only has one item, he's going to burst you down.
Yeah. Now, Kyle TZ, the question is, where does he go after, being level 4? Usually you go for the gold lane.
Instant answer. I love it. You asked a question, right?
Yeah. No, I mean, where lane do you go? Like, who do you gank? Do you gank the Thams or do you gank the
You
Claude?
gank Jome, because he's going to go down with a 4-man gank in the first blood. Will go to the hands of ONIC Philippines.
That is a lot of gold that is going to the pocket of ONIC Philippines, but at least BREN Esports does get a constellation prize, get that turtle buff.
Yeah, and now Sensui going out with style there. I love the animations coming in from the Julian, especially that upgraded sword. It feels like it's very anime if you think about it.
By the way, just want to point out, this is where you start seeing the difference between real professional players like Ryota, who's been around in the league since Season 7. He blocked the Paquito from getting the orange buff of Sensui, because Sensui was nowhere near his orange buff. So the Thams, instead of going to his lane as immediate as possible, he just stood there in the small bush. He's trying to say to Caldizi, like, where are you going? Come on, go back to your own jungle. We just want to play a game.
Yeah, interestingly enough, Ryota has been very proficient with the Thams previously. So if you were maybe a big Ryota fan from before, you'd know that maybe ONIC really wasn't thinking about putting the Thams on the jungle, which is interesting because it's a very flexible pick. So at this point, Ryota definitely is showing up as he did before. And right now, we are in a bit of a stalemate. Obviously, map control is very sensitive.
Oh, Gwen with a massive ultimate, but he gets kicked back. Look like the damage coming in from ONIC Philippines is more than enough
Paquito?
to take him not down yet. He's really tanky, and Kyle TZ looking for blood here. The double jab combo on Rapidude, but he's just gonna jute Kondo out.
Yep, that's ONIC Philippines now on the defensive. And
Ooh, the
nasty
shotgun from Jome deletes one, and that's going to be the first dead of Nets.
Yeah, the most amazing thing about that, how casually Jome did that. He just walked up in the front. He didn't even dash in.
Yeah, he was like, okay, PMI out. The Paquito is on the back line. Just try to get back. You're gonna be punched in the face. So BREN Esports, they found a kill on the top lane. So that's one, but it's already 4 minutes. Have to make a lot of the moves starting from now, because the Claude is getting a lot of the farm on his side. It's getting the items that he need. BREN Esports need to ramp up the momentum and the pacing of this game, which is going to become easy because the Paquito now has a lot of damage output, considering that he already has the Honda Strike. It's just a matter of trying to find opportunity against ONIC Philippines. Ogwin and Kyle TZ need to sync up for this to happen.
Finally, maximizing some control on the map. And again, that's 2 turtles going over to BREN Esports means that, at least they're not getting bullied completely like they did in the previous game. But at this point, they still need to figure out this mid lane because, again, despite being a little bit behind, ONIC still retain control of that mid. They still have the potential to actually just take control of this game from there.
And now entering the 5-minute mark, looks like the center of the attention of ONIC Philippines is just going back to the side lanes again and again. Here comes the circling eagle from Super Prince. There's not going to be any follow-up from ONIC Philippines, though.
Yep.
As a Phoveus player myself, I really like that everyone's dashing around me. Yeah, go ahead. And I will take all of these procs on my passive, and I will just keep casting my skills.
Yep, but it was pointless at that point. So Pandora was really really calm. Trigger discipline is the key here for BREN Esports. But on the top lane, Claude is getting a lot of free farm on this lane. Even though BREN Esports managed to take out a tower, he is still sitting there without any concerns, without any worries. Owen jumping in, getting some vision, but the turtle is 35 seconds away. So both teams are taking to look at controlling the mid lane, which is an important thing for the players out there. If you want to take control of the turtle, you have to take control of the mid lane.
Yes, 30 seconds before a turtle take, maybe clear these minion waves, and your team will be in a better position to actually get in those bushes before the turtle spawns. And then you can have a better chance in a team fight.
Yeah, and we could see that both junglers are trying to clear out the opposite side of the turtle first before actually responding, which means ONIC Philippines might just have a position advantage here, but looks like they're gonna give this away and go to the gold lane instead.
They're giving away every turtle.
I think
they did not contest at all.
This is a decent choice for ONIC Philippines. You don't fight, you farm. While BREN Esports is busy taking the neutral objectives, you're slowly gaining momentum, gaining the things that you need. Basically, just walking over to the finish line for ONIC Philippines. So I feel like that's the right choice for this game. BREN Esports, they are the ones who are in need of the aggressive pace, but they haven't found one yet. Kyle TZ is still 0-0-0.
Yeah, I mean, basically ONIC is like completely taking this game passively.
A solo kill for Kyle TZ. And he even secures the orange buff. Rapidude will be dodged in a way, that revenge from Ogwen. But Kyle TZ says the damage has been done. Give me the buff. Give me the jungler.
I love the instant answer from Kyle TZ. I think he heard Midnight. Yeah. he spelled out his KDA.
He was like, okay guys, I have high and dry, I have a Legion Sword, I have more damage than ever. So BREN Esports, again, they're ramping up right now. Maleficor is now purchased. ONIC Philippines, they feel like they can fight.
Oh wow, Ogwen will be the target here, but Rapidude is signaled to back off. Looks like ONIC doesn't want this fight anyway. BREN Esports will not be able to find a counter engage, and there's no fight happening in the river.
Yeah, interestingly enough, BREN Esports, despite them looking like they should be the more aggressive team, they are the ones who are deciding to slow it down this time, even though a little bit of an opportunity did present itself right there.
I feel like they can just position themselves around towers, and ONIC Philippines wouldn't be able to do a thing. But BREN Esports, they're playing this one carefully and methodically, I would say. It might be helpful for them in a way, but I feel like it's hurting them long term because the Claude is amassing a lot of gold on his hide. Even though Jome has 900 more gold against his Claude, you still have to be worried about the blazing dual impact during this fight. If Ogwen has jumped out and then the backline hasn't caught up yet, BREN Esports have to be concerned where the position of the Claude is.
Interestingly enough, he's not rushing the Wind of Nature here in this game. He's going for those steel leg plates, which means he wants to go build more armor.
Yeah, you kind of don't want to get bursted down by Kyle TZ, especially if you're the main damage dealer of ONIC Philippines here. Speaking of damage, Kyle TZ, wait a minute, Jome gets solo killed by Ryota in the gold lane, and now it's a 4v5 scenario and the Lord take. That's 1/3 HP down for the Lord. Oh, Ogwen doesn't find anyone. They go in. The turtle will get stolen by Sensui. BREN Esports, they're falling down one by one. That's a double kill. Pandora versus the world, but he's gonna go down with a triple kill on the side of Sensui, and now ONIC Philippines will have such a big lead with a wipeout.
Can I just say the discipline of the 4 BREN Esports players to stop their dashes and walk around the Phoveus. It is so calm, it's so collected, they're doing so well.
ONIC was like, okay, Pandora jumped out, let's walk. Let's just fight him. Let's just fight BREN Esports by walking. We only saw one commitment of the dash from the Blazing Duet with the BMI, but this was the issue that we were talking about earlier. Once ONIC Philippines catches up to the gold and items that BREN Esports has had on the first few minutes of the game, they now have the complete control of the game. They feel like they are the ones who are better when it comes to team fighting and then split push. I don't even know how the kill on the Beatrix was possible, done in by Ryota. But at this moment, in this specific situation, ONIC Philippines is in full control.
Yeah, and now Rapidude might be in trouble, but the Shunpo out. Oben cancels it with a bouncing ball. Ryota is in trouble. Got Inferno for some vengeance. Can he survive this? He's healing a lot of HP, but the Malefic Force will take him down. That is one man down for the side of ONIC Philippines, and they're not going to secure an inhibitor turret.
Yeah, despite that massive gold swing by ONIC, I mean, I think it was around 4K or 5K at some point after that fight. BREN Esports does still retain some of that damage, so I think the ONIC Philippines should still be very, very careful when approaching these fights.
I think it's just the proper casualty. ONIC Philippines, they didn't feel like it was the proper time to push, so BREN Esports went into the for the punish, which was a really good play. They realized that ONIC, they're not committing. And now, since he has the Twin Blades onto his arsenal, expect a lot of burst damage coming out from the Julian if he ever closes the gap against these heroes. Kalties with the Bloodless Axe, more more skills with the cooldown reduction, but Pandora, he didn't see it.
Oh, well, can Pandora actually stop this engage? Here comes the Malefic Force. He's inside 4 people on the side of BREN Esports. Sword out for Sensui. Pandora still jumping. BMI's already taken. Ogwin with a one-man ultimate there. He's taking down the Cho, but Nessie comes in with a blazing duet. He's still alive. The knockup coming in from Julian. Pandora goes down, but Rapidude is also out for the count. It's a 1-4-1 in BREN ONIC.
It is really very difficult to underestimate the damage output that can kind of just pop up here from BREN Esports. And when they least expected it, Rapidude just, man, wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, wrong place at the wrong time. But also Pandora, I feel like he was the main casualty there for the side of BREN.
BREN Esports, even though it was a good clash for them, Pandora, even though he didn't see the the sandwich plate ONIC Philippines was trying to do, it was enough for BREN Esports to casually just take the fight away from ONIC Philippines. But for what it's worth, they've gotten a kill onto Ryota. Rapidot. He's just a tank, and they lost the focus.
And they did secure the Lord. Yeah. They did secure the Lord, though, with very decisive shot calling from BREN Esports. So this is their chance to take back what they lost for the last few minutes.
Now this is going to be BREN Esports' opportunity to take this game. And one wrong team fight here from ONIC could actually just spell the end. I think BREN Esports has all the turret-taking capabilities. I think Jome's pretty much built up, even though he is 1-2-1 right now on the Matrix. So
Ogwin needs to make it big in this Lord push.
They gotta make it big.
You know, the shotgun device, all logics. Rapidude forced the
what are you doing there, my friend?
He does have the immortality, but the guiding wind will be the one to save his life. A Super Prince with a great play here. The immortality are still up for the side of ONIC. They need to kill down this Lord.
While Lord's walking up on top side, what's gonna be the play here?
Ogwin, nets, no sniper just yet. Ryota's gonna tank a lot of damage. Can they actually go here for Ogwin? Here comes the kick. No follow-up with the wave of the dragon. Pandora is in the back line. Sensui with a one-man knockup. Guiding win back. It looks like they're gonna go for the base instead. Pandora is no longer alive. But Rapidude, here come next in the back line. He gets stunned up, but the BMI just in time, baby. Super Prince, he's gonna tank half of his HP. The sniper lands on Sensui, but the defense is successful for the boys in yellow, and I'm talking about ONIC.
That was like 3 consecutive plays that happened there. I think Midnight wants to walk us through it.
Come on, like, did you see the way ONIC is engaged against the real-world manipulation? Like, one by one, they jumped out. The Matilda was able to save his friends, even though they were in the face of Ogwin. And I saw the confidence of Rapidon. When he saw that Ogwin was charging up the jump, he was standing in front of ONIC like, come on, you don't have Flicker. I know you don't have Flicker. I will go for the punish. And when he kicked out the Kufra, that's where BREN Esports started the real-world manipulation. They want to engage into a fight, but ONIC Philippines, they were completely prepared to disengage, and they did that so successfully in a very quick manner. And you saw that jump out from the Claude, was able to escape the clutches of the Kufra. That was because of the sprint. He popped it off before the Kura was able to get the jump onto the Claude, so the control was reduced heavily, and he was able to BMI out.
Yeah,
Woo!
very, very small, you know, micro differences between these players are actually resulting to very big differences in the result of those team fights.
Yeah.
And that's so interesting coming up in this game.
Now, 5 seconds from now, a 15-minute Lord will be spawning. This is very important for BREN Esports if they want to extend this series to a game number 3. But ONIC, they're positioning themselves in a way that they want to take this contest safely. Half HP
It's
here
half HP.
on the Lord. Can they actually secure this against ONIC Philippines?
Reset.
Reset. I mean, Bren's playing the mind games here, man. I'm telling you. Bren knows that they have a little bit of an advantage here, and they are playing around with it. Kyle TC's damage is still pretty significant, so I think this Lord should can evaporate actually within maybe like 10 seconds if they're given free reign.
Yeah, and now Kyle TZ just slowly chipping down to HP of this Lord. The Luminous Lord already down to this last 20k. Now Rapidude, real world manipulation here coming in from Fuse. Gonna secure the Lord. The Beatrix will be the one to secure the Lord, but Nets, he's gonna get stunned up. He's not gonna suffer a lot of damage. Pandora's in the back line, but Superfitz is all alone on the other side of the fight. The Immortality's popped here. Rapidude, he's gonna try to escape. Looks like the sword will be there for Sentry to go out, but BREN Esports, they're gonna be able to secure that Luminous Lord, and Superfitz will be the casualty for ONIC.
That is a man down for 40 seconds as BREN Esports approaches the attack. ONIC is going to have to pull off an amazing defense if they want to survive this. The Lord will be following suit in mid lane.
If BREN wins this, somebody has to pat Ogwin on the back. That cancel onto the Blazing the Wood with his first skill was really, really crucial.
Oh, here comes the ultimate.
Ogwin!
Nice set coming in from Ogwin. It looks like he immediately goes in for the base. BREN Esports takes it to game 3.
We've got a game 3, folks. And yeah, no one's going home with a 0 score today as BREN Esports